The success this quarter is not going to be about doing everything. You are going to focus yourself, again, working on your mindset to stay on track so that you can get the right things done consistently. Welcome to the Life Coach Business Building School. I'm your host, Debbie Shadid, your business coach. Every week, I'll teach you how to attract clients and grow your coaching business without paid ads. If you're ready to get clients and grow with confidence, let's dive in. Welcome to today's podcast. We're going to talk about quarterly planning, and there's going to be some very simple steps that I'm going to lay out for you to get clients. Welcome to the Life Coach Business Building School. I'm so glad you guys are here. I want to make sure that you do not let any time slip away, and I want to make sure that you are making progress. So today's episode is all about planning 90 days. So it can be the start of a quarter, or it can be 90 days anytime during the year. We're going to talk about how to set up a realistic plan, how to set up realistic goals, and then really create a plan, I would like to say, to get your first paying clients. So let's get started first by talking about the power of quarterly planning. Why does a quarter work? Well, I can tell you that 90 days is a much more doable time than that year goal that you set. 90 days is actually a time frame where you can see real progress and not feel overwhelmed. It's one of those things where you know you have to take action because you can't let the whole entire year go by without taking action. So some of you guys might be familiar with Todd Herman. He created something called the 90-day year. It's a coaching program specifically designed to help you achieve and accomplish big things in just 90 days. I went through that program in 2016, and I'm going to bet I might have actually been in the very first group of coaches that he had go through that. So I've used this process, I can tell you personally, to accomplish more than any other thing during one period, 90 days of the year. I can tell you that for sure. So I know how to do this, and I know it works, and I'm going to share my best tips. So I'm getting ready to do a 90-day sprint of my own right now. So I want to challenge you to do it with me. Let me share first the big mistakes that coaches make when they are setting business goals, because this 90-day plan needs to be focused around a goal. First of all, a lot of you guys set goals that are too big. Yeah, you set a goal and you just pick something out there and you're not even sure how you're going to get there. Then the second part is you don't actually break it down into small, simple steps. This is one thing that I learned from working with Todd, was that you have to have very bite-sized steps and set yourself up for success by having small steps every day, or whatever your work time is during the week. There's small steps, achievable things where you can get something done quickly. Then you want to focus on doing something that is productive. Catch yourself if you are working on something that is not going to get you the result that you want. Now, if your goal is to get your first clients, then you don't need to endlessly be working on your website. Just get your website done and get on with your marketing. Sometimes we use that sort of excuse that you need to get something perfect as avoiding what it is that you really need to do, which is kind of the discomfort of doing that really direct marketing to land clients. I also want you to work on your mindset. Now, mindset is part of everything. The success this quarter is not going to be about doing everything. You are going to focus yourself, again, working on your mindset to stay on track so that you can get the right things done consistently. Let's talk about the 3-part quarterly planning framework. This is a high-level overview. I want you to take some notes, and then you got to go deep outside of this episode on each of the 3 steps. You guys ready? Let's map out your first 90-day plan step by step. Again, you can use this on any quarter or at the beginning of any single month. Number 1, you have to set a client-focused goal. That's what I'm going to tell you. We're here to make some money. So the example could be, I'm going to sign my first 3 paying clients in the next 90 days. Now, if you have not signed one single client, maybe your goal is to sign your first client. Again, I'm looking to have you have success, so I want to make sure that you set yourself up to be able to accomplish what it is that you need to do. So be very specific. If you have never signed that client, then focus on that. If you've already signed clients, maybe it's 3 clients, or maybe it's your first group program. Do not get distracted, again, by the things that will not bring in clients. Don't get distracted on doing new branding or doing something that is like a system in your business. Make sure that you are focused on marketing. So why do I want you to have a client-focused goal? Well, of course, we're all here to make money. What I want you to be able to answer is why now? Why now is the time that you are going to actually get your first client or get your first 3 clients or launch your group program. Why now? Why is now going to be different than any other time that you've tried it? What got in the way of you achieving this last time so that you can ensure that you will be able to accomplish this goal this time? The second part is to create a very simple plan. I'm going to lay that out in 3 steps. You guys taking notes? Number 1, you have to have a plan for attracting clients. So where are you going to attract clients? That means showing up someplace or marketing someplace. What will that be for you? Is it social media? Is it networking? Is it doing workshops? Where are you going to find people? Maybe it's Facebook groups. Maybe it's through your current email list. What is going to be the way that you attract people? And I would say attract new people into your audience. All right, the second step is that you want to nurture the people that come in. So if you do a workshop or if you meet some people in a Facebook group or you meet somebody in a networking event, what is going to be your steps to build trust? Remember, people don't just find you, meet you, and buy you. I mean, yes, occasionally they do that, but the way things are today, I can tell you with marketing and sort of the change in the business climate when it comes to coaching, you do need to allow some time to build know, like, and trust. So how are you going to do that? That's the nurture stage. Will it be through email? Will it be through sharing valuable information? Will it be through free coaching, stories, videos? You guys decide what it's going to be, but know that you have to spend some time building trust, which is, again, why we've got 90 days to do it. The third part is that you want to invite people. You have to ask people to work with you, and not just one time, more than one time. Another time, another time, and another time. I actually go back, and if I talked with somebody, let's say 3 or 4 months ago, they did not become a client, I follow back up with people. And do you know what? Oftentimes people are like, thank goodness you reached out to me. I'm so glad. Yes, I want to have another conversation. So make sure that you're following up with people. Don't just say, hey, I'm going to send you a DM and expect them to respond. It is your job to continue to reach out to them. It's your job to cultivate that relationship. If you meet somebody at a networking event, it's not their job to follow up with you. It's your job to follow up with them. So again, make sure that you're doing email invites, free coaching calls. You're doing it through the places where you'll be marketing your business, whether it be social media, guest podcasting, workshops. You guys decide where it's going to be that you market your business, but you can do your invitations through that. So that's the 3-step plan: attract, nurture, and invite people to work with you. The third big step to this 3-part process is to create an action plan. So there's going to be a schedule, your weekly schedule for action. Yes, you have to have a plan in place. In fact, I would even look at doing more than a weekly schedule. I would sketch out, and this is how I do it, is sketch out the full 90 days. What are you going to accomplish in 90 days? What's going to happen each week? So if we go back to the last step where I talked to you about attract, nurture, and invite, what are you going to do over 90 days every single week to attract? Like, what's going to be your email schedule? What's going to be your social media schedule? How many networking events are you going to go to? How many free workshops are you going to host? So the example might be, I'm going to post on social media 5 days a week. I'm going to offer free coaching calls, 3 sessions a week. I'm going to engage with people in Facebook groups 5 days a week. I'm going to attend 1 or 2 networking events every single month, and I'm going to host a workshop every month. These are the non-negotiable, either weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly things that you're going to do, and you're just going to schedule that out over the 90 days. Then you want to figure out how you're going to stay on track. So how will you actually track that you've accomplished it, that you've completed it, or where will you make time for adjustments? You know, I always talk about allowing that sort of buffer space so that if something runs longer than what you expected, and I would say, by the way, that you give yourself more time than you think to accomplish things. I know for myself, I always underschedule and underestimate, even at this point in my career, how long it takes for me to do things. So make sure you're giving yourself plenty of time, but give yourself space to make adjustments over the 90-day period of time. So what will be the key to your success? What kind of accountability or check-in process do you need? With Todd Herman's 90-day year, he actually gave us an accountability process where we could have an accountability call every week with somebody, and he mapped out what would happen during that actual call. So in the past, I have done that with clients. I actually have a text messaged accountability system where you can text an accountability partner and you guys would decide like 5 questions you're going to ask them each Monday. They're going to ask you the same 5 questions and you're committed to giving each other updates via text. That could be something that you could do. Do you need to have further accountability beyond that? This is a big question to ask. Many people that come to work with us are like, please, I need this accountability. I need to be in a group of people where people are doing things. I sort of need to have that almost like peer pressure within a community because I want to get my business built. So when you assess and adjust to make sure that you're on track, you want to be asking yourself these questions. Am I being visible enough? Like if I'm not getting the result that I want, if I don't have like several people that I've had consultations with, if I'm not getting people on my calendar, if I haven't landed my first of 3 clients, then am I visible enough? I always talk about exposure, that word. Are you exposing yourself to enough people? Like putting yourself out there. I know it doesn't sound good, exposure, but this is the thing. You have to get yourself out there consistently. So how are you making yourself visible or how are you exposing yourself? Have you done it enough? Be honest with yourself. Sometimes potential clients come to me and they're like, I've been on social media, and I'm like, okay, let's have an assessment. How many times have you actually posted? What was the post? And did you actually make an offer? And it's like, well, 3 times I've posted and no, I haven't made an offer. You know how it is. Your primitive brain likes to tell you you've done all the things. So you have to get honest with yourself and assess to see what's happening. Are you making offers consistently? Do not get yourself sidetracked by doing social media that I call fluffy, where you're not actually getting to the pain point of your coaching or the reality of why somebody needs to hire you. So do you need to have more conversations with people? Are you even inviting people to have a consultation with you? If your business is new and if your clients or potential clients have not been exposed to coaching, then you need to explain what a consultation call actually is. So overall, you're assessing what is working, what's not working, and you've got to make sure that you have some kind of accountability system in place. Maybe you're an action taker. Maybe you're really accountable to your big why and you'll do it no matter what. I actually am really good at that. I don't need accountability from anyone. I have self-accountability. If that is you, congratulations, but otherwise get the help that you need. One mindset reminder I want to say. You're going to think that you're behind. And the only way that you're going to be behind is if you quit. I really mean that. You're going to win no matter what. When you get to the end of 90 days, whether you landed 3 clients or not, if you actually executed everything that you said you were going to do, if you did the marketing, if you followed your quarterly plan, you will have won. I'm telling you what, you will have increased the exposure to your business. You would have built know, like, and trust. You would have prepped yourself for future success that will come to you faster. So make sure you're checking yourself. You are not behind. Every day is a new opportunity. If you missed a day yesterday, don't beat yourself up. If you were sick for a week, it doesn't matter. We've got 90 days. Double down and go harder next week to make up for what you missed this week. All right, let me recap this to you. First of all, why are we going to do 90 days? Because you can get something done really phenomenal in 90 days. It's possible to stay focused for 90 days, really intensive. If you follow that 3-step plan that I just talked to you about, 3 steps where you pick your goal, a client-focused goal. The second step was to create that simple plan. And remember, I talked about the plan includes attract, nurture, and invite. The third part of that was to create your weekly action schedule. Could be your weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or your 90-day action schedule. And then make adjustments assessing it. The final tip, you've got to have a big why. Why are you doing this? I ask at the beginning of this podcast, why now? What's going to be different this time than the other times when you tried and you didn't make it? Then last week or the week before, why are you going to put yourself out there now? Why are you going to overcome the obstacles? Why are you going to overcome the discomfort? Why now? Okay, you've got to have some driving factor why you're going to go all in on getting those 3 clients or that 1 client or filling that group coaching program, because that will actually be the driving force behind all of this. You're going to have to revisit this multiple times a day. Because listen, you're going to want to be doing something else, particularly when things are not working as fast as you think they should or in the way that you think they should. So if this episode has been helpful to you, if you are ready to make your 90-day plan, I want to hear about it. I want to know what your goal is. I want to know what you're going to do for marketing. Please send me a DM on Instagram. Let me know any questions that you have. I will answer them personally. Tell me what your goal is. Focus on that one thing, the number one goal that you're going to accomplish in the next quarter. Now, when we look at this full year, we've already got 1 quarter behind us. We still have plenty of time to make any goal that you set, even if the first quarter was like a waste. It doesn't matter. You don't have to adjust your big goal. We're going to focus on the 90 days. That will set you up for success for that big goal that you set for yourself. So if you are ready for more support, if you want to find out, how do we put this into action? If you're thinking, I don't even know how to get clients, I don't know what my offer is, I don't know what my price is, for goodness sakes, I don't know how to have a comfortable conversation, a consultation call, not even sure how to market, then get some help. Stop waiting. If this is your time, and I know it is, you wouldn't be here listening. Let's do it, okay? Go over to debbieshadid.com/schedule. Get on my calendar. Let's have a conversation about what's happening with your business. I'll share with you the options of how we can support you. We'll talk about what's best for you. And then together we can make a decision on what you're going to do to reach your goals. All right, you guys have an amazing week. Until next time, bye-bye. Okay, ladies, that is it for today. Before we go, I want to invite you to head over to debbieshadid.com. I have this incredible Canva training specifically designed for life coaches, where I'm going to teach you how to use Canva to create beautiful graphics to market your life coaching business. All right, have an amazing week. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.